Coming to you from the dining room table at East Barbary Lane, welcome to the 50th episode of Full Circle, the podcast. A weekly visit to our home where we squeeze a few headlines through our decidedly queer lens and see what happens. This episode is brought to you by an empty wine decanter and leftover pumpkin pie.
For the 50th time, I am your host, Charles Tyson Jr.
And I'm your host, Martha Madrigal. Welcome to the Full Circle table. Hey.
Hi, I totally forgot about that until right when you said it.
Did you?
This is episode 50.
It is episode number 50.
Wow.
Right?
Check us out.
I know. I know. It's an auspicious, it is our golden anniversary.
It is. Wow. Look at us go.
Look at us go. I can't see over my mic. Here we go. That's better.
So wait. 9 months, 50 episodes.
9 months and 50 episodes. Here we are.
Wow. Look at us. I'm proud of us.
Me too. Me too.
Well then, let's get into our podcast business for this 50th episode so we can get it out of the way.
Okay, do that.
Please take the time to go wherever you listen to podcasts and rate and review and subscribe to us. 5 stars or more, please. We appreciate it. You can drop us a line, ask fullcirclepod@gmail.com if you have some story ideas or just want to tell us that we're awesome. Follow us on social. Full Circle Pod on Twitter, Full Circle The Pod on Instagram, Full Circle The Podcast on TikTok. Martha's social is I Martha Madrigal everywhere. You can find her writing at IamMarthaMadrigal.wordpress.com and I'm Never Scared everywhere. And you could also show us some extra love and go on our Patreon, patreon.com/Full Circle the Pod, and become a patron of Full Circle the Podcast. For just $3, you can get all of our episodes ad-free and before everyone else. And then starting at the $6 tier, you get access to all of our behind-the-scenes stuff and bonus episodes. It's fun over at Patreon. And then you can become a part of our Discord, which is Full Circle the Podcast. That's it. Podcast business over.
Oh, good. I'm thankful for that.
That's right. Yeah, we're recording on the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
African American Friday.
That. Where we are doing absolutely no shopping.
Nope.
We have not moved from the house. It's been a week. It's been a full week.
Word up.
Yeah. So we had the lead up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We connected with folks from the Independence Business Alliance.
Yes.
Which was really fun.
That was fun. I'm glad we did that.
Independence Business Alliance is basically the queer chamber of commerce for the Delaware Valley, here where we live. So
yes.
Pennsylvania, South Jersey, and Northern Delaware.
Yes. All the fabulous LGBTQs.
Yes, we hung out with all the fabulous LGBTQs.
Yes. In my head, that was like a cool font.
Right. And then the LGBTQ.
The LGBTQ. Yes, that's what that was.
In our area.
Thank you for bringing that back. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the LGBTQ. And we had a lovely night before Thanksgiving. We have dear friends who do this every single year. And they have a big dessert party.
Yes.
And so we finally went because
for the first time in ever.
Well, the first time ever, because normally I'm cooking or we owned a bar.
Right.
And then COVID.
Right.
And this is, I believe, the first year they restored it to what it was. And I think the last couple of years they sort of, they gave out goodie bags outdoors, but they didn't have the gathering. So
they invited us every year. And this is the first time we were able to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did that. And then we had Thanksgiving dinner delivered.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, you didn't have to cook at all.
No, she wasn't feeling well, but she still made sure that we had our Thanksgiving dinner,
Right.
which was lovely.
Yes,
and her friend Corinne came over.
Thankful for that.
Yeah, and then I did Transway last night. So.
Yeah, you had a lovely call, apparently.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Just wanted to make sure we held space for one another because the holidays aren't always easy.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's the decanter is empty, and that's fine. I'm drinking water today.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah.
What are you thankful for?
Water.
Tylenol.
Tylenol. Good friends.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for you. Thankful for our home.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I'm looking out the front window right now, and we still have all the fall colors right across the street. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thankful for lots of things. You?
I am thankful, of course, for you.
Aw.
I'm thankful for our friends and family and and our lovely home, our listeners, for our awesome podcast. Speaking of which,
Yes.
we got some fun news on Good Pods.
We did.
We're number one.
We are.
We're number one. We are number one podcast for news commentary and indie news commentary.
For the second week in a row.
Uh-huh.
How cool is that?
And then I found out that we're in the top 100 for arts podcasts, and we're top 100 podcasts overall on Good Pod. It's like, wow.
Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone that made that happen for us. We appreciate you, and we are thankful.
Yeah, it was it was fun because we've, been up there 2 and 3 and,
Right.
on that part of the chart. But it was kind of cool to see our logo right there at the top.
Right.
At the tippy top.
Now we know we can.
Yeah.
Check that off the list.
Thank all of you for making that possible because we just talk, but you all moved us up the chart. So
Exactly.
thank you.
Thank you.
It makes me happy.
Me too.
Not a lot. Not a lot is this week. I mean, we have had the good gatherings and and some terrible news, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out we also, so I did my audition for Bigo Live,
Yes.
and I'm officially a Bigo Live host.
Woohoo!
So we will be live streaming. We're probably not going to start that until next week or until after we've announced it. We've got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. And we just have to work out when we're going to do it because we need to kind of do a regularly scheduled check-in.
Right.
But
we're thinking, what, morning coffee and evening tea?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that idea.
I think so. But what Bigo Live will really give us a chance to do is kind of what we do here, but with interaction. So folks can actually come and join us and talk to us and whatever, ask questions. Tell us what they'd like to discuss.
So stay tuned to our socials because we'll be announcing all over the place.
Yeah, we will. We'll figure it out. There's, lots of stuff happening. So I'm trying to keep it all, well, not straight, but,
Together.
together.
Yeah, not straight.
I think it's also important to announce that yesterday was the National Day of Mourning. Coincides with Thanksgiving, actually, I believe. Remembering the genocide of millions of Native Americans and their ongoing erasure.
Yeah.
So that's a thing, too.
That's the thing we should always remember on that day.
We should, yeah. Stolen land and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And all of November is Indigenous American Heritage Month. And I was this many when I learned that Native Americans actually celebrate Thanksgiving 13 times a year with the new moon.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
It is. And it's something you'd think I would know more about.
Yeah, well, we should do that. Are you and Claudia? Are you and my friend Claudia Facebook friends? Because Claudia is excellent at posting articles. Claudia is a Native American trans woman who is amazing and wonderful, and an elder in our community as well as the Native American community. And she's really good at posting stories and things that we should know and consider and think about.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, and especially feisty right around this time of year.
Understandably so.
Yes, she's always feisty, but especially so this week. And good.
Right.
I think we all need that.
I know I do.
Yeah. The reason we haven't recorded until Friday really is because I just... Sunday was Trans Day of Remembrance.
Yes.
And, that is a solemn day, certainly in the trans community, where we honor the dead. We honor those we've lost. And, most of the time it's to violence.
Yeah.
And we woke up this Sunday morning to the news of Club Q and the massacre of 5 people.
In Colorado Springs.
19 injured and 5 dead. And, I haven't really... It took a lot, the two of the victims were trans. But, there's just more senseless loss of life. And it's like, wow, do we need to get it together as a nation?
Indeed.
And where all this hatred even comes from, it's just beyond me. So, I've been dragging my feet to get to today. To just say, we have to, I just want to take a moment.
Okay.
And remember these victims, and I want to say their names. And, we're going to take an early break and then come back with some good news. But this is the song that's been playing in my heart and my house because it holds me up and lifts me up. And, yeah. Kelly Lovin was 40 years old. She was a trans woman. Daniel Aston was a 28-year-old trans man, an employee at Club Q. Derek Rump was 38 and a bartender at Club Q. Ashley Paul, 35, and the mother of an 11-year-old daughter. And Raymond Green Vance was just 22.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets, it's my
On Thursday the 1st of December, it's the Red Ribbon Cabaret. Wandsworth Oasis will be hosting an evening full of singing, comedy, and of course, drag. Starring West Enders, Barbara Fellas, Denise and Barry Poppins, Martin Joseph, and of course, the diva extraordinaire. It's me, Lyra Bell.
On the night, we'll also have our live auction full of fabulous goodies to get your hands on.
That's right. Head on over to wandsworthoasis.org.uk to grab your tickets, which only start from £25.
Wandsworth Oasis is a local charity that raises awareness of HIV and helps fight the stigma, ultimately supporting people living with HIV.
And we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, so, I mean, if there's something to be thankful for, it is that at least 2 of the customers confronted the gunman and beat the snot out of him.
Yeah.
And this could have been even worse.
Yeah.
So that was good. I don't Colorado, man. You know, Colorado was, you know, the site of the 1999 shooting at Columbine High School.
Yeah.
The 2012 movie theater shooting in Aurora.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs was the site of a mass shooting at a Planned Parenthood in November of 2015.
Yeah.
That left 3 dead. And also a birthday party last year that left 6 dead. There have been more than
I don't know if I remember that one.
600 mass shootings in the United States so far this year. And that is an incident in which at least 4 people are shot, excluding the shooter. It is insane. It is insane. And, you know, of course, so many of us, you know, couldn't help but think back to Pulse.
Yeah.
And that nightmare, and thank God this was not at that level, that, you know, this person was subdued, you know, before we had another loss of life like that one. But, you know, this is still, these are 5 people who were just out living their lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, in a space that's supposed to be safe.
Right. That was one of the biggest, you know, moments of lamentation, aside from the people who we lost. The fact that, you know, the violation of what was considered to be a safe space. And it's the same thing with Pulse. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what gay bars historically have been. Safe spaces, a place to be yourself, free of the judging eyes of the outside world. And
Yeah, made necessary by the outside world. Thank you.
that part. And it's like, what do we do when our safe spaces aren't so safe anymore? It's just like, I was thinking the same thing about like the dude that went into the church and shot people. Like, that's supposed to be a safe space.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's as if nothing is sacred anymore.
Right.
It's really, you know, and I really thought we'd get a couple of days of all of these hideous human beings running their mouths about us. I thought maybe we would get a quick break. But they're, you know, and I'm not naming any of them, but, you know, they doubled down and tripled down and like, well, this is what you can expect until you stop castrating children. Like, what the fuck are you even saying?
So you're saying that, first of all, that's a lie.
It is a lie.
Second of all,
Yeah.
so that's punishable
We
by
deserved it, apparently.
death,
And I just want to point out, you know, 2 of the victims weren't queer.
Right.
They were, you know, in a queer space, but they were not even queer themselves. And it's like, okay, well, then, like, the responses not only don't make sense, but they're evil. They're just pure evil.
Thank you. That part. Let's just call it what it is.
And I'm just like, where is your humanity? That you could say something like that. Where is your humanity? You know, and they celebrate being called stochastic terrorists, which is exactly what they are. They celebrate it.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that Libs of TikTok person is like put it in their bio.
Ew.
Yeah, it's words apparently. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like I have just had a hard time even wanting to sit down this week to do episode number 50 because you know, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. You know, there's a meme going around about all the people it isn't doing all this heinous shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know who is doing it? It's radicalized white men. That's who's doing it. And once again, that's who did it this time. Mm-hmm. A 22-year-old individual, you know, raised by a MAGA father and a MAGA grandfather and a whatever, and you know, and then I read today that apparently this person is now claiming that they are non-binary and asking the record to reflect that. I don't know if that is a stunt to get out of the hate crime statute. I don't even know.
Saw another headline that was like, no, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying no, they're not, and that, you know, they had really foul language in reference to the community. And I mean, could self-loathing run that deep? Sure, it could.
Right.
I can. It is whatever. It is whatever it is. I mean, I'm sorry. You still walked into one of our spaces to murder. That's the only reason you came there.
And that's the other thing. I was reading about how it's still a question whether or not it was considered a hate crime. This person left the house armed with the intention of going to this place in particular.
Right.
It wasn't just a bar. It wasn't just a nightclub. It was not only a queer nightclub, but it was the queer nightclub. And I'm quite sure they knew.
One. Yeah. You know, and they share that town with Focus on the Family. Like it's a fairly conservative area, but there was, you know, one safe haven.
Right.
You know, my heart is just with that community and with all of those folks who are mourning today, and we're mourning with you. Oh, dear God. Dear God. And, you know, I think about all the times, all the evenings we've met friends, we've celebrated. I mean, the night of our engagement, you know, we went to our favorite queer bar and hung out with a bunch of our friends and sang karaoke.
Yeah.
Near the door.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. And, you know, I know that for Wednesday, which is a big bar night before Thanksgiving, I know the in Philadelphia, the police were keeping an eye on our bars. Just being a presence. And you know what? I thank them for it. I do.
Yeah.
Because they were there to protect us, regardless of what your relationship is with the police. They, you know,
Right.
we at least have that. And I just don't know what to say.
I keep going back to my waking thought the morning after the presidential election in 2016. My waking thought was, my very existence is an act of resistance, and so be it. And that's just it. You know, we have to, while there are real threats out there, we cannot live in fear. We have to be vigilant. We have to be, our very existence is an act of resistance.
It is. It is. And, you know, that's why I wanted to make sure I held space with my trans family last night. You know, because Thanksgiving can be tough. And, yeah, if you're listening, if you're trans, non-binary, gender conforming, non-conforming in any way, queer or questioning, you are as valuable as any other human being on this planet, as valuable, as valid, and as worthy of love and safety as anyone else.
Period.
Despite all this noise, and it is terrifying. I can't tell you not to be afraid right now.
Right.
But I can say, you're worth it. You have value. You matter.
Right.
And yes, words lead to actions. Yes, these people are being encouraged by hateful rhetoric, lying, hateful rhetoric. And this is the danger it leads to, period. And yeah, and they're kind of laughing about it, which makes it that much more disgusting, which is why, it's, but damn it, yes, our lives are an act of resistance. And, I had to get back in front of a microphone, even though it's the last fucking thing I feel like doing right now. I feel like curling up in front of the fire and holding the dog close and I don't know, watching something stupid on the television. But yeah, we're going to keep talking. We're going to keep being here. We will keep listing your cavalcade of nonsense, but not today.
Right.
This is enough nonsense for all of us to try to stomach in this week when we're all supposed to be, I don't know, kumbaya thanking whatever for whatever. I'm not thankful for the people that lie about us. I'm not. But I am thankful for who we all are. Mm-hmm. I am always filled with gratitude at the wonderful people we know in this community of ours, this crazy broken toy population of ours.
Right.
I'm thankful for all of you, and keep going.
Please.
Just keep going. Just know your worth, please. I can't tell you how much it fills my heart to, go onto Facebook and see my kids
right.
doing amazing things, standing up, being heard.
Right.
And I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so proud of you. And I think about Maya Angelou, and I think about that statement, that we come as one, right? We walk in as one, but then we stand as 10,000. And I believe that is true for all marginalized people, in whatever ways you are marginalized. And I believe it very much in my trans community. And I have held that thought when I've stood up to speak and my voice is shaky. And I'm so proud of these kids who do that same thing, who testify, who answer ridiculous and ugly, invasive questions, who try to make this world a better place, who try to counter these lies with the actual truth, and who keep going. So, folks, I promise you we will, and please do the same. Please don't let this dull your shine.
I was sitting here thinking, like, these people that are, screaming until they're red in the face against us couldn't handle being us.
Not for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Any one of us.
Nope.
They wouldn't be able to take it. They'd be curled up in the fetal position in the corner, rocking back and forth, crying for their mother. And what do? We get up, splash our face, maybe do some lashes and lip and go about the day.
Yeah, we can't let this kind of hatred win. We can't. It's just this sick cancer in American society, and it is not the majority of us. It is not the majority of the people out there
Right.
that are like this. But dear God, they're loud, and our media is giving them all kinds of presents, all kinds of airtime,
Yeah.
as if they're, my humanity has a counterpoint to it. It doesn't.
Right.
It does not. There are not two sides to this.
Yep. I got into a conversation about just that a little while ago, and it was like someone was trying to say, seeing both sides, and you gotta leave room for both sides, and I'm like,
fuck you.
If
no, we don't.
Your side is, arguing my right to exist.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your opinion.
Right.
End of the discussion. You lose. You lose the game. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, we got to stop being so goddamn polite, I think.
Oh. That's a tough one. Especially for me, because I do believe an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I believe that. And I don't think matching ignorance has never, ever solved anything.
I'm not suggesting that.
I know, but I'm just, I think we need to be clear. I think we need to keep being clear. I think we need to keep trying to counter all the ugly nonsense with the truth of things. I do think that. But, I hear you. I hear you. I'm trying to process what you just said. I really believe in civility, but, I
Civility
guess
is the word I was thinking
because
too.
I was raised as a polite white. Do I think people need to take a stand? I do. Do I think that you can be neutral in these things? I don't. Either that's okay with you and you support this kind of violence, or you don't.
Right.
And I think you need to be clear about who you are. And I'm sorry, but if you can support this kind of an ideology or say, well, they have a point.
Right.
You are not on the side of life. You are not pro-life. You are not on the side of peace. You're not pro-peace. You're not on the side of decency, compassion, or humanity. If if you've allowed yourself to get so wrapped up in the ugly, nasty, lying rhetoric, you can't tell me, but he's an otherwise nice guy. No. Sorry.
Well, that's kind of where I'm going. It's like, and I've been doing this relatively recently, but like, we need to stop having so much concern for white cis het feelings.
Well, agreed.
Because that's how we got here.
I know a lot of people. That is how we got here. I know a lot of people have to swallow a lot to go and sit and have Thanksgiving with their family. Maybe It's time to not eat with those people. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of where we are. It's like, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Like us versus them used to be hyperbole. It's kind of where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If the them is like your beliefs are that me and mine should not exist, well then, fuck you too.
Yeah, I don't need your food.
Auntie,
I don't need to eat with you. I don't need to break bread with people who hate me.
Right.
People who don't think I'm real. People who don't think I have a right to exist.
Right.
People who really do sit there and ponder whether we're castrating children, for Christ. Stop. Right. Just stop your nonsense. But of course they won't.
Right.
I mean, of course they won't. And they're emboldened right now. They're just, I was so disgusted by some of what I saw.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know Alexandra Billings, for one, left Twitter.
Yeah.
And then somebody who said, well, what about all the kids who need you on Twitter? And she was like, excuse me, sir, you will not tell me how to take care of myself.
Right.
I am out there. She's on TikTok. She's out there. She's saying, what needs to be said. But she decided Twitter was too big a sewer for her to wade through anymore. Yeah. And that's how she took care of herself. And I mean, more and more people are doing it.
Yeah, because it's only getting worse.
Well, and the only reason I really haven't thought about any of that, I was never on Twitter really to begin with. So I'm like, I don't want to.
Right.
It's not a tool I use. It's not something I ever embraced. It's not like, so it sounds like it is becoming a sewer. It sounds like something we should be thinking about. Maybe we wade into Mastodon or something, or just, give up a social media platform. Just we can, use the other ones that are not quite as bad.
Well, like I said,
something.
The primary use that I have for Twitter right now is communicating with other podcasters.
Well, right. And for that, fine.
But, a whole mess of us, like the main core group that I communicate with is also on Instagram, is also on Discord, you know? So there's other places to go.
Well, right. There are other ways to be connected. And, anyone who's feeling like, wow, this has just gotten worse and it's escalated and this is not good for my mental health, delete the app.
Right.
It's an app.
Right.
It's not real.
Exactly.
It is not real. I mean, we had a moment this week. I had a moment with a friend. We had an issue. I never went to social media to talk about it. We resolved it completely off of social media because that's
IRL.
how we do. Yes, in real life. And I don't need to run to social media to talk about my personal life. I don't need to. I don't everyone I'm annoyed with today. It's stupid.
That's how you get unfollowed.
What do you mean?
That's how you got unfollowed when people.
Oh, that's how you. I thought you said that's how you got unfollowed, and I'm like, who unfollowed me?
No, that's how you get unfollowed.
Oh, well, that's true. And
how
and
one gets
I've
unfollowed.
had that discussion too. There are several people that are on my friends list who I do not follow.
Right.
Like I don't want to see some of what they're. And these are not the MAGA people.
No, they get blocked.
They get blocked.
Because I said that came up in my Facebook memories from last year. I was like, I don't give a fuck who you are. If I see a lick of transphobia coming out of you, you get blocked. I don't care how long I've known you. I don't care where we met. I will tell you about yourself, tell you your mama raised you wrong, and you get blocked.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
None of this polite unfollowing business.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I just unfollow you because I don't know. You're off on a tangent that I just can't.
Right, or you just post too much
of whatever
silly ninny stuff. But I still want you to be a friend.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We can be friends in real life,
right,
without necessarily vibing on social media, and that's fine too.
And I've told people that I am friends with in real life that I have defriended on Facebook. I'm not unfriending you from life. I'm unfriending you from Facebook, which isn't real.
Thank you. Facebook isn't real. Social media isn't real.
Right.
It's a tool, just like the internet, just like the Google,
right,
that can be used for good or evil. And if too many people are choosing evil, I don't want to deal with those people. I don't. The truth is out there, and all you have to do, if you don't like me, understand me, or want to hear me, is don't. Mind your own business while I mind mine. Yeah. You leave me alone, I leave you alone. We can all coexist. That's how it should go. Just mind your damn business. I'm sorry. If you're cis and you're walking around, I don't care about your opinion on trans people or trans rights. I really don't. I don't want to hear it. Why do you have an opinion?
Right.
Why? It's none of your business.
Unless your opinion is you look cute.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you. Like, but stay out of it.
Mind you.
Mind your business. Yeah, mind your business. It's that simple. Ugh.
All right, let's get into the little bit of good news we got over here.
Do we have some?
We have
I
a
hope
couple
we
of
have
things.
some. Okay.
So,
Rant not over, but paused.
right, exactly. We do what we must.
Rant paused.
So, Macy's will not be hosting the Salvation Army starting this holiday season.
Good.
Because, Macy's has always been an inclusive company. And so basically what happened is like the contract finally came to its end and they just didn't renew it. So they didn't have to like make a formal thing. They were just like, we're not going to be working together anymore. Grow elsewhere. They said a spokesperson told the Philadelphia Inquirer, "We reevaluated our cause and community work and made a significant commitment to driving societal change by empowering underrepresented youth in our community. With this shift, we made the difficult decision to not continue our partnership with the Salvation Army this holiday season." The rep didn't say explicitly if the decision was related to the Salvation Army's fraught relationship with the LGBTQ plus community, but I think we can, make that leap. Because it's not like they're quiet about it.
Yeah, the Salvation Army, a conservative Christian organization, has been accused of anti-LGBTQ plus discrimination in its provision of services, something it has denied strongly. It also has stated it does not discriminate in employment, but its churches do not marry same-sex couples, a topic a Salvation Army spokesman tried to pivot away from quickly during an advocate interview in 2017. In 2012, it joined other faith groups in denouncing marriage equality as a threat to religious freedom, which is complete and utter horseshit. Ain't no queer marriage ever kept you out of your goddamn church. Not once.
Nope. What I found interesting was, they claimed to not actively support like conversion therapy and anti-queer legislation, as if that's the same as supporting the queer community, which it is not. Like, for instance, take Macy's. They actively give money to LGBTQ organizations. They advertise in LGBTQ publications.
Yep.
That
They have a perfect 100 score on the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index.
Right. So that is how you are an ally. Just not doing shit anymore that you used to do is not the same as reversing your stance.
Yeah.
I could have had a history of walking down the street and smacking strangers in the face for 3.5 years. Just because I stopped doesn't make me not an asshole.
Yeah, Macy's charitable work is in keeping with the recently adopted Mission Everyone statement, which emphasizes grant funding to advance human rights, racial justice, workforce development, and economic opportunity in partnership with organizations including HRC, the National Urban League, Hispanic Federation, and the Asian American Business Development Center.
And that's on their website.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Macy's, for taking a stand. It's because of you I had to see Leah Michelle on my television, but I'm going to let that go.
It was fine. It was fine.
It was okay.
Everything's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did remove links to conversion therapy groups years ago.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. So much for your red kettles. Merry Christmas.
Bitches.
So this is interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't like, this is more good news than it isn't. I think.
Okay. The Mormon Church endorses marriage equality bill as Republicans continue to freak out. That's the headline in LGBTQ Nation. Because Mormons did give millions to fight against marriage equality.
Right.
Proposition in, what was it, Prop 8?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But they have now announced their support for the Respect for Marriage Act, a bill that would codify the recognition of same-sex marriages performed in any state by other states and the federal government.
Right.
Yeah, and we know that the bill passed in the Senate, and I believe it was 12 Republicans joining the 50 Democratic senators. But there's some stupid religious freedom thing that got tacked on.
And that's what they support.
And so now it has to go back to the House. But I believe it is still expected that it will pass. And they need to get it done before January, especially if the Republicans are taking over the House of Representatives, because ain't shit going to get done
right
after that.
But it's like they're doing the right thing by accident or something.
I don't know. I don't even know.
But I'm like, whatever works, whatever fucking works.
The church said, quote, as we work together to preserve the principles and practices of religious freedom together with the rights of LGBTQ individuals, much can be accomplished to heal relationships and foster greater understanding. Well, I'm here for that.
Right.
We are grateful for the continuing efforts of those who work to ensure the Respect for Marriage Act includes appropriate religious freedom protections while respecting the law. So, if I read it right, because honest to God, I just scanned it. Let's see. What they've added is something to the effect of nothing in this act shall be construed to diminish or abrogate a religious liberty or conscience protection otherwise available to an individual organization under 26, the Constitution of the United States, or federal law.
Abrogate means repeal or do away with. I just looked it up.
Okay, that part is referring to laws like the First Amendment and the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, the limits of which are hardly settled law with respect to marriage equality. Yeah, we know that there are conservatives freaking out. That's nothing new. Yeah. Yeah, and of course, we're back to this is going to lead to pedophilic marriage, which, I'm sorry, hello. Y'all are the ones who are so good at that. And polyamorous marriages.
Which is really interesting since we're talking about the Mormons.
I know, right? Yeah, but they're actually not the ones saying this.
I know.
I'm just scanning the article.
I just found that interesting that was in the same conversation.
The bill passed the House last July with all of the Democrats and 47 Republicans voting for it. 157 Republican representatives voting against it. Anyway, they voted after the midterms. The Senate passed it with, like I said, I think it was 62. And now they have to. I think it's just a formality that it goes back to the House of Representatives. I don't think we're going to see a lot of vote changing. I don't think.
Right.
So yeah, it sounds like mostly good news. I mean, the Mormons. I don't understand any of the churches that haven't come around by now. I really don't, because so many churches have. So many churches have become more inclusive, have changed their whatever you call it, I don't know, theology, where queer people are concerned. I think in part because they're bleeding members.
Yeah, thank you.
But also it's not Christ-like.
But now that's
the bullshit.
Right.
Not Christ-like.
It's not.
And some Christians recognize that. They do. There are welcoming and affirming churches. They're not evangelical ones. Not fundamentalists who, insist, I don't know, that the King James Bible was handed down by God, which that's not how the book was put together and edited, folks, but okay.
I can't even.
I know. So, good on them for evolving. Right?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'll take it.
Why not?
Even if it's sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really all the good news you could find this week. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just been, I'm glad we've had activity this week. I am honestly grateful for the loved ones who are in our lives.
Indeed. Me too.
Who we get to be fully ourselves with. I want that for everyone.
I do too.
And if you had a suck ass Thanksgiving, because whatever, I'm sorry, but eat with better people. I'd like, honest to God, at this point, I don't know what I would do. I really don't. Fortunately, that's not a thing we have to think about.
We need to start curating the guest list for holiday dinners anymore.
Well, right. I mean, mainly because most of my family's dead. And
Wow.
Those who tend in the MAGA direction don't speak with me. So, okay.
Right. Next.
Yeah. It's been pleasant and quiet here.
I know that's right.
We can, why don't we take our second break and then come back and just cleanse our palate. I can't even talk today. Cleanse our palace. Let's clean the palace, darling. Clean the palace,
darling.
Yes, I will be shining my crown during the break, and we shall cleanse the palace upon our return. We'll be right back.
Hey, Full Circle listeners, this is Polly from Uncommon Good with Polly Reese, inviting you to join me for a free live taping of my show on Thursday, December 1st at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with special guest Obama and Kamala Harris's White House videographer, Hope Hall. On Uncommon Good, we chat with people from all walks of life who are committed to making their corner of the world a better place, and Hope's work is all about finding the good, amplifying that story, and going towards that good. Hope will take your questions about what it was like to have what she calls the greatest job in the world. If you're local to Philly, you can join us in person at 3675 Market Street. And if you're anywhere else, you can stream for free on YouTube at Uncommon Good Pod. Thursday, December 1st, 5:30 p.m. Eastern at Uncommon Good Pod or 3675 Market Street in Philly. See you there.
And we're back.
We're back.
So, God, this is a sad thing. I'm like, I just looked down at the palate cleanser. I'm like, well, that's not going to cleanse anyone's palate. A dead Power Ranger? That's sad.
Well, yeah. So,
But there is a dead Power Ranger.
yeah. Jason David Frank, who played the original Green Ranger and then the White Ranger, he's passed away at 49. And, it's sad because he had a huge fan base. The Power Rangers, the OG Power Rangers were key in shaping my queer identity because that cast was very attractive.
They were.
And, a lot of people enjoyed Jason's performance through many episodes of the show and movies, and he will be missed.
Yeah, he leaves behind 4 children. Did I hear that we believe this was suicide? Is that what I heard?
That's one of the things that...
Or is that just a theory at this point?
I'm not sure where we landed on.
Okay.
But that was one of the things being bandied about.
49.
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah.
Well, that cleansed my palate. Thanks, Charles.
Sorry. I mean, it's still pop culture.
I mean, yeah, but...
Well,
make me laugh, God damn it. Make me smile. Do something. Entertain me.
Do it now. Clap.
Entertain me now. Make this go away.
Well,
Oh, God.
I don't know how much happier this is. The Great British Baking Show, the finale happened, so it's the season's over.
I know. It was good, though.
Yeah.
It was good, though. I wonder if I will watch it one by one or wait for the whole damn season to be done next year.
I know you were so not
binge
happy.
it. I like binging.
Yeah.
I liked binging it better than I don't know. After the Halloween episode, I was kind of like, oh, guys. And then, yeah, they never really addressed it in any meaningful way. So
Oh, you mean the Mexican episode?
That one. What did I say?
The Halloween episode. That one you just didn't.
I didn't
couldn't-
love the Halloween episode either.
Yeah.
But yeah, more to the point, it was the Mexican episode.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, bad form. But yeah, anyway, we watched the finale. It's over.
The person who we wanted to win won.
Yeah.
I mean, not that there was only
happy with
one
the winner.
person we wanted to win.
I really liked this group and just a correction to last week, we had not in fact watched the episode where Yanush was kicked off, even though you make me think I don't know what I'm talking about. You were like, no, we saw that. And I'm like, oh, maybe we did. I mean, I had a little wine, but no, we had not seen it yet. I was right and you were. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was not factually correct in that instance.
Because you were wrong. We have now seen the episode and we saw the finale.
Yes.
And it was lovely.
It was.
I do recommend it still as just, fun television that is not cutthroat.
Nope. It's fluffy. It's fun.
It's fluffy, it's fun, and they play for a cake plate.
Right. It's a pretty cake plate.
I mean, I'm sure, but
It's like
a
crystal.
plate.
Do you think
Yeah.
anyone ever put a cake on that cake plate?
I don't know. Because wouldn't you I don't know, put it somewhere as a trophy?
Probably.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe the very first thing that you bake after you win, you could serve it on the cake plate. But then again, doubtful.
But you want to show people the cake plate, right?
Yeah, that's
so I would think you would probably not put a cake on that particular plate. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I imagine they're not sold in stores, but then again, who knows?
Your name here.
Right. We'll make you a great bit. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so it's over for now. But all 3 Law and Orders are still cranking out new episodes, so I'm happy.
Exactly.
Because by Friday, today, usually, I don't know if there were Thanksgiving episodes. I guess we'll find out. But then usually by Friday, I can look at 3 brand new episodes from all of my iterations of Law and Order.
It's like your stories.
It's like my stories, yeah. Yeah. It's I had a...
Kids, quiet down. Mama's watching her story.
Right. Yeah, it was something I never did. Well, not really.
I did vicariously.
My babysitter used to watch soap operas.
My mom did.
Right. Well, that's my babysitter did when I was a kid.
Which ones did she watch?
She liked All My Children
Yep.
and General Hospital.
Yep.
I think those were the 2.
My mom watched the whole shebang bang. She watched All My Children, General Hospital, Ryan's Hope, Love.
The Guiding Light. Did you?
No, I don't think Guiding Light. It was all the ABC shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Are those still a thing anymore? Are there still soap operas?
Yes, but I think everything has moved over to the soap opera network.
Oh, really?
Lisa would know because Lisa
Yes, I don't care.
is was addicted to General Hospital. Lisa and her mother, to
Wow.
the point of ridiculousness. So
I'm impressed with the actors. They're some of the hardest working actors in the business.
right.
I'm always amazed
Yeah,
that they can crank out 5 shows a week.
that's a lot.
It is a lot, and good on them.
Right.
But yeah, never cared. Never cared. I can't follow my own life.
Yeah, I never.
Like, whatever.
I think part of it is because like I associate the soaps with, being forced to endure them. So I rejected the Stockholm syndrome, I guess.
Maybe.
But like I could tell you about who was on the show. I could tell you all about Luke and Laura.
I remember that. Luke and Laura.
And
Erica Kane.
yup, and the Quartermains.
Good Lord. Oh my.
Yeah. And so while you were on Transway last night, I finally got to watch Nope.
Did ya?
I did.
How was it?
It was good.
This is a movie, right?
Yeah, it's Jordan Peele's third feature that he directed.
And this is not something I would.
No, it's a sci-fi horror.
Nope.
It's very clever though. It's like, what if you take like the classic UFO stories but you put a little twist on it. It's not exactly what you thought it was. The way he told the story was interesting. I think I might have to watch it again because I had some questions.
Okay.
And one of my favorite podcasts is Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood, where they analyze movies starring with leads of color. And I know they did a Nope episode, but I didn't listen to it because I hadn't seen the movie yet, and they will spoil it.
Oh, okay.
Because they tell you up front, we spoil the movies.
Okay.
And I was like, well, let me see if they made any more sense out of the ending than I did. No, like we had the same fucking questions.
Oh,
so
wow,
I guess
okay.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it again for myself. Because every Jordan Peele movie, I get more out of it the second time than I do the first time. Because he does this thing. Jordan Peele does this thing where like he lays all the information out right in front of you at the beginning of the movie, but you don't know what you're looking at yet.
Right.
And so by the time you get to the thing that it's referencing, you're so drawn into the story that you don't catch that you saw it already, or if you did, it's like, oh, and then you watch it again.
Well, we
and
watched the one.
the only one you've seen is Get Out.
Get Out. That's what we watched.
Yeah.
And that was clever.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Us, which was really good.
Okay.
Like,
Is that one I wouldn't probably like? I don't know.
I wouldn't risk it.
Thank you.
Because I'm like,
Thank you for knowing. Thank you for erring on the side of caution.
because like you would find,
Because when you haven't, it's gone horribly wrong.
I know, you would find the concept of Us very intriguing.
Okay.
But I know, like, after I saw it and I thought about it for a little bit, it fucking scared the shit out of me. Mm-hmm. Just because of, like, the whole idea is like everybody has a doppelganger.
Uh-huh.
And so I was thinking, like, what if I had a doppelganger and it knew where I was? And could I beat me? Because I fight dirty. But then again, so would other me. Shit. That's us.
Uh-huh.
Right.
These are things I've never thought about.
And like other me would fight dirtier than me because it doesn't have the same morality and conscience that I do.
I wonder if other me has wine right now. I wonder if she has wine. Just a thought.
Here's a question for your ass. If you fuck your doppelganger, is that incest or masturbation?
Well, it wouldn't be incest because there's no familial relationship.
But it's you.
But it's not.
Okay.
It's another person on the planet who looks like you, I assume.
Well, in the
Right.
instance of Us, it's like it is you. It's like dark you, for instance.
Oh. Yeah, that's too much. This is why I watch Law and Order. Like, it's predictable. Yeah, I don't want to think that hard. Real life is confounding enough.
I hear you.
To me. So I'm good.
Well, I
I'm
want.
good. I don't need to wonder about my doppelganger. Other than I wonder if she has wine right now. There is beer.
I do want to see.
There is beer.
What Jordan Peele names his next movie, because like he always has these like truncated or one word titles. Get Out, Us, Nope. What's next? Like or Well, that would be too close to Nope.
Probably.
So I think that's it.
Interesting. We did have a meeting Wednesday. We did so much this week. We're going to be in the Christmas Panto, which I still don't know what this is.
Oh yeah.
On Medway Pride Radio.
Hey Medway Pride.
Hey Medway Pride. So that was a fun thing that happened.
Yes.
It's crazy. I still don't really grasp the whole Panto thing.
Right. It's going to be fun and
this
silly.
is a radio Panto.
Right.
So it will be like a radio show for Christmas. So I think it's going to be interesting.
It's definitely going to be silly. Yeah.
Definitely silly.
I get to be the villain.
Yes, you do. Well, let's not give anything away.
I'm not, but
yeah. I'm the romantic lead or something, I think. Something like that.
Hey.
Yeah, hey. This will be fun.
It will.
Sophie. I know my character is Sophie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I know. I have to read the rest of that script because we were looking at the beginning of it and I was like, what is this even? And in them trying to explain it to us, it got funny. It was just funny. And they were like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to. Oh.
Okay, well, good then.
Alrighty. I got you then.
Result.
So whatever a Panto is, but I hear that we will be British by the end of this.
Right.
Like honorarily British, I think.
Maybe I'll get my accent together by then.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I meant organically, not I'll try one out. I can't do I want to do a good British accent, but I keep mixing like classes and areas and it just comes out wrong.
There was a new meme out this week for some odd reason, but I guess someone commented about not liking the Philly accent. And then I guess someone tweeted like, it all started here in America, so we're the ones that don't have an accent.
Yeah, we don't have an accent. You have an accent.
Right? And it was like, when I was many years ago studying voice, there was what I believe they called Nebraska Standard. And it was the idea behind that being that that part of the Midwest is the American dialect with no accent.
The most unseasoned white.
I guess that's it. Yeah. The most unseasoned white bread accent, which they don't really do that anymore.
Flour's not even enriched. It's just white.
But that was a thing in like voiceover and stuff that they wanted this, this accent with no geography.
The news anchor voice.
I guess. I don't know. It was kind of, but it was like learning which words you say. Like, folks around here say water instead of water.
Right. Wait, water. Oh, that's how I say it.
Water.
Water.
Yeah, it's water. But water is a thing.
Right.
Stuff like that. And they would not want any of that colloquial dialect, whatever. And so Nebraska Standard was what they taught you to aspire to.
Right.
Because I've had a lot of folks say, you're not from around here. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever knows where I'm from.
I just learned to put a G at the end of words that end in G. That's all.
One syllable words are one syllable. Two syllable words are two syllable.
Your cat wants to come in. I see Shady pacing on the windowsill.
He'll be all right.
He's like, it's time now because it's getting dark.
Right.
Which must mean it's, 4 in the afternoon now.
I know. 4:46.
It's 4:46. Yeah, it's like not 5 o'clock and it's getting dark. I dislike this. I don't love winter.
I know I'm not a huge fan myself.
I love fall. I love fall, and we do. It still sort of looks like fall out there, but winter is very quickly approaching.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Yeah, when it will be dark out there.
Yeah,
even earlier.
Dark and cold.
Dark and cold. Yeah, not my favorite things. But see, I am very thankful for our fireplace.
Word up, me too.
I love to sit in front of the fireplace.
It is lovely.
I always wanted one. Always. And so we added one. And it makes me happy.
Yes. With your little slippers and your little jammy pants.
Yeah, and the indoor one is it's a gas fireplace, so we flip a switch, which is the other thing I love, because then if it gets a little warm, it's like, oh, turn it off now.
Exactly.
Yeah, but and I love the fire pit outside too. I love to do that. We haven't really done that in a while.
Mm-mm. We need a new one.
We have a new one. I got a new one.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
I got a new fire pit because Amberlyn and Gabby were coming, and I don't think we ever wound up. Was it too warm out? Or we just wound up gabbing and talking on the front porch, or it was raining, or I don't know. We never did.
Yes to all of those things.
Yeah, the day we were definitely going to have, when we had everyone over, it rained.
Right.
It rained. And it was kind of damp and clammy and whatever, and we just never got to do that.
Yeah.
So we have a new one for next year. Or maybe we'll have I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
A gathering with a fire pit.
That would be lovely.
It really would. I love that. I love fire. But it's just so cozy to have a fire in the fireplace and a nice hot cup of tea or a glass of wine, which I can't have because I don't have any.
Oh, girl. Just put some bourbon in your tea like I do.
I will not.
Bougie.
That's fine.
What's wrong with bourbon and tea?
Nothing's wrong with it. It's you know what? It's we always had whiskey in the tea when you were sick.
Oh.
Whiskey and honey and lemon in your tea when you were sick when I was little. Little even.
Okay.
They called it a hot toddy. I don't know if that's what a hot toddy really is, but
I mean, it is. I mean, technically a hot toddy is just tea with some booze in it.
I'm waving to the cat. He's not amused. He's staring at you. He's staring at the back of your head.
All right, fine.
It's cold out there and he wants to come in. And I have nothing more to talk about. So this is a brief episode.
But it's episode 50, y'all.
It is episode number 50.
The 50. Hey.
We will be back with more of our normal format, I hope, for next week. And let's, get this one out there into the ether. And we love you all, and we appreciate you all. We thank you for a #1 rating on Good Pods. And until next week, I am Martha Madrigal.
And I am Charles Tyson Jr.
And you've been listening to Full Circle,
the podcast. For the 50th time.
For the 50th time. Yeah, I somehow thought we would do something more spectacular for number 50. I don't know, maybe for 100, huh?
Right. Maybe 60. We'll see.
Anyway, we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, everyone. Full Circle is a Never Scared Productions podcast, hosted by Charles Tyson Jr. and Martha Madrigal, produced and edited by Never Scared, executive produced by Charles Tyson Jr. and Martha Madrigal. Our theme and music is by the Jingleberries. All names, pictures, audio, and video clips are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective copyright holders.